the true World Tag Team Champions. And what a fine combination this young wrestling pair are in that ring. They're just tremendous athletes, tremendous individuals too, David, and I think they were really great champions.
Yes, they were. They were fine champions. Nice drop kick by Youngblood. Arm drag, another arm drag.
This is Jay Youngblood against Billy Starr right here outside of the ring. Big Swede Hansen and Rick Steamboat.
Starr now working on the arm. Jay, chop, another chop. Oh, he's playing heavy lumber.
He's holding right onto the arm with one hand while he was chopping with the other, trying to keep Starr there, and he did. Quickly comes Steamboat in, trying to cut him off from a tag.
All right, now Steamboat backs up to the Big Swede. I have to say something right here. I have applied for and have received a referee's license from
David?
From the National Wrestling Alliance. You just never know when something like that will come in handy.
Well, David, I'm glad it's you, David. If you want to get up there in the middle of a match like this,
well, no,
I tell you what,
there's a situation that I'd like to take care of.
I'm going to even bring the steps and help you in the ring, David.
All right.
And I'll be glad to sit out here and watch you anytime you'd like to.
Okay. All right. Backdrop. Hard now.
Do you want to tell me the situation, David, if you would like to
I think you know. I think you know. I think everybody knows that.
And of course, I'm sure that it's got to have something to do. I am sure, David, with a tag team and a fellow that probably walked over here and sort of mistreated you one night.
You might say that.
Okay.
All right, the Big Swede. And Rick.
Fans, in case you missed that, of course, we're talking about Greg Valentine. And Greg Valentine one match prior to a match. I was going to say he was a little too rough with you, David. He laid a hand on you a little bit too hard here, David, a couple of times. And that's what you want to get back at.
Yes.
Now, David, I know
you want to do what's right.
I was going to say, I know you well enough that if you get up in that ring, the referee, you're going to be fair and honest.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Anytime.
I'm always fair.
Anytime. I'm ready for you to do that.
Especially when it comes to Valentine's
Hey, I think that's fantastic.
It was everything they deserve.
I didn't know my partner had that much guts, but I'm glad you do, David. All right,
just try to do what is right.
Big Swede Hansen now with that headlock here on Steamboat. Man, that would be like a Mack truck head on.
Right. All right, now, Steamer. Drop kick. Oh, knocked the big man down. Goes for the pin.
Dead in his tracks. And he had him pinned, except Swede managed to get a foot across that bottom rope.
Swede's a ball. Another shot.
Well, I don't know why Youngblood did that. I guess he thought maybe that those wrestling tights were absorbing a little bit of his blows. He's had him 4 or 5 chops. He's going to go down. Well, it took about 4 or 5 to get him down.
Swede is a big man.
It may take a crane to lift him up once he gets him down there, too. Big, rough, tough individual, Swede Hansen, who really took some tremendous blows there.
Yes, he did. Now, Jay Youngblood with that headlock. Applying the pressure, cutting the blood off to the head. This will slowly make Swede dizzy, lose his concentration.
I can see that Swede is going to get him by the tights and lift him high into the air and throws him almost across the ring.
That's like a tank or a bulldozer coming at you. Now Starr. And with the knees. Jay better get out of that corner.
There's a double thrust now from Starr, and Youngblood falls back into another corner, the neutral corner. And here quickly is Starr right back on the attack.
Lands Starr. Elbow. Goes for the pin. Count of 2.
Well, Youngblood just does kick out.
It's almost.
They're going to tag and double team him again.
We wanted to get him with that big foot. All right, Swede got him with that right hand, though. I think he picks him up, and this is a long way to fall.
And he didn't fall. He threw him again almost halfway across the ring.
Here's the knee, goes to the pin. Count of one. Jay kicks out. There's
Boy,
the
your
knee.
head has got to rattle for a week when you hit the mat the way Hansen throws you.
Right. Oh, again.
And he
Hit the
almost
ropes,
went out
too.
of the ring, into the ropes.
Goes for the pin. Does he have it? No.
They have been more
Almost.
blood.
He needs to make that
Again, it'll
tag.
show you a little bit of what this man is made of, David, that this youngster has been able to take all of his punishment.
Is it
Over the top rope comes Steamboat.
chop by Steamer? Takes him, whips him into the ropes. Off another chop. He chops the big Swede. Comes down again on the back of Billy Starr. Takes him. Throws him into the ropes again. Comes off. Double thrust.
And he met him halfway across the ring with that. The quick tag. Here's Youngblood. Well, there's Hansen quickly into the ring. He would have been pinned. All four in the ring. There's the atomic drop.
Double chop. Kicks him up. Oh, right across the chest. Goes for the pin. Does he have him? Yes. What a win.
Steamboat just held.
Oates in the black trunks and the beard with the red shoes out of Columbus, Georgia. Ted and Jerry Oates, another great tag team combination, and they have held titles all over the United States. I mentioned, of course, Tommy Wildfire Rich and Rick Martel will be joining forces. They are the former Georgia Tag Team Champions. And speaking of Tommy Rich, of course, this situation between Tommy Rich and the Super Destroyer and or the Superstar, whichever it is, although Mephisto and the Super Destroyer have indicated that and signed an affidavit that the Super Destroyer is not the Superstar, but that Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes and Oates, short chopping right hand to the head of Williams.
You know, it was interesting. Terry Gordy was so aggressive and such well-precisioned in there. And when Michael Hayes came, I kind of expected him to go right after it, and he kind of slinked right out of the ring there. I didn't quite understand that. I don't understand why he didn't just... You know, this guy, Michael Hayes, comes out with a scarf around his neck. Well, if it was me, I would have got hold of that scarf there, wrapped it around the ropes in his neck, and just finished it right there. I don't... Lack of aggression, I guess. I don't... Maybe that makes a difference.
Could be discretion is a better part of valor in that particular instance, but is Williams now uncorking on Ted Oates. Oates drives him back into the turnbuckle, and Oates now with a forearm across the chest. It took its toll on Williams. Another forearm, and beautiful bolo-like forearm that time that had Williams staggered now into a snapmare. Williams back to the canvas once again. Oates now with a rear chin lock.
Nice maneuver, nice maneuver. Wore him down. Now he's got hold of him. What's that man? Oh, he's going for a little hair there. No. I want you to know that I've seen Tommy Rich and Rick Martel, and there is I can't believe some of the people you have in this tournament. There is a superior tag team combination. Little known, the Oates brothers, I know of them too, although maybe they might have the same problem as the Armstrongs. I'm not sure, where they're not prepared to sacrifice a little.
In other words, you believe that the relationship in a tag team combination should be rather cold-blooded.
Simply business is what we're in there. I have actually let an opponent stay in there for 13 minutes, let them punish me, would not tag, and my opponent at the time was cursing me, yelling at me, but when I come in, boom, I finished it up with ease and skill and ability, and later he thanked me. Much
Oates
later.
now having his own problems, and it is Williams now cinching down on the nerves and muscles on the right side of the neck of Ted Oates and creating as much pain and problem as he can for Oates.
What do you think of that hold, Mr. Soler, yourself?
Well, basically, of course, it's the derivation of the Oriental holds going back to the 26 pressure points in the body, so consequently Oates is going to have his problems coming away from it.
Absolutely. Except I don't like it because it doesn't tie up enough limbs. It doesn't give you enough control over the man. That's why I think Oates could get out of it. Didn't really... Whoa, that was a nice play.
That bolo-like forearm once again on the part of Ted Oates. He uses that so very, very effectively, and it has taken its toll on many opponents.
Even though this man outweighs him, I would say a good maybe 15, 20 pounds, would you say? It's incredible how he just handles this. He must be a very strong man.
Oates keeps himself in tremendous physical condition. He realizes, of course, when he steps into that ring, for the most part, he's going to be outweighed and out-height. He doesn't have the height that many wrestlers do, but nonetheless, he has a great fighting heart.
Sometimes, though, height can be a disadvantage. For instance, his gravity is low to the ground, making it hard to move. And I think I've seen Ted Oates before wrestle, and that's what makes him such a good wrestler, hard to move.
Well, and he's got an interesting combination with his brother, because his brother is tall and rangy. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So that's probably why they make such a successful tag team combination. Now, you see here, though, now there, he tried to pin him. I was just going to say, now, he's holding on to him, trying to wear him down in a hold that I would never use myself because I know better, but he's not trying to pin this man enough. He gets him down a couple, you see, he took too long with this man. He gets him down a couple times, starts pinning him 4, 5, 6 times. This man's finally just going to give up. Oh, nice knee.
Good high knee lift by Ted Oates. He was trying for a crucifix earlier, but too close into the ropes, and Williams was able to break away from it. But now Oates using those forearms very effectively again on Williams, and Williams has to be seeing double here occasionally as those blows hit him in the head. Reversal, and Oates blocked that very nicely. That bolo-like forearm once again, and it is Oates now into the spinning toe
That's what
hold.
they're famous for. That's it. Now I remember. Very good.
The spinning toe hold by Ted Oates, and certainly a very, very fine individual victory by...
Ooh. As Rivera started to come off of those ropes, he saw what Von Erich was attempting, tried to hang into those ropes, but could not. Von Erich caught him with a knee. And Rivera fired back. And shook Von Erich and now caught him with a flying drop kick, drove him back into the turnbuckle. Rivera closes in again. Rivera up for the drop kick that time, and it was Von Erich. And here again, human chest at its finest. Von Erich one step ahead of his man. Von Erich caught him again, drove that knee, and this time it was Rivera driven outside the rope onto the concrete. Count is on. And it was Von Erich breaking the count as Rivera was slowly coming up toward the... and Von Erich clamps the claw on him outside the ring. Von Erich has the claw, drags him over that top rope through the canvas with the claw, catching the temples. And that's the famous Von Erich claw. And Von Erich using it to his fullest extent.
They're all forearms. And really, a forearm is more effective than a punch. You have more surface you can whack them inside the head with.
You make a lot more connection with a forearm than you do a fist or an elbow.
Just like hitting a man with a club.
You see a football lineman go through that line, they're throwing elbows.
Yes, they are.
Clear out that hole here. Here's Briscoe in with White. Oh. Boy, right in the turnbuckle and a knee from Jack Briscoe in the back. A kidney area. Slows White down up and high in the air. Oh, there goes Bill White. Here's the tag. Here's Jerry in. Oklahoma roll. Oklahoma roll. And it's it. The winners of the Briscoe.